Hey, Yankees fans, today was one of those days that perfectly captures the wild ride of being a supporter of this historic franchise. It's the kind of game where your emotions swing from pure elation to absolute frustration in the span of a few innings, reminding you why loving the New York Yankees is never boring. On one hand, you witness history in the making, moments that will be etched into record books and remembered for decades. On the other, you watch a game that feels painfully within reach slip through your fingers, leaving you yelling at the screen and questioning every decision made on the field. That, right there, is the Yankees experience in a nutshell. You celebrate the incredible achievements of Aaron Judge as he climbs the ranks of legends. Then just minutes later, you feel the sting of a frustrating loss that seems so utterly preventable. This game was an emotional roller coaster from start to finish. The opportunity to secure an eighth consecutive win was right there, and yet, somehow, it slipped away. Instead of celebrating another triumph, we're left to process a bitter 3-2 loss, a sweep that never materialized, and a lingering sense of what could have been. The offense, outside of one shining star, seemed to vanish after a promising beginning. 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position, 10 left on base. Those numbers tell the story. It doesn't matter who you're facing. Games like that are impossible to win. It started out hopeful, the kind of start that makes you think the team is on the verge of a breakout. But after the third inning, the bats went completely silent. Every opportunity felt like it slipped through our fingers just when it mattered most. And the chances we had, oh, they were there. In the sixth inning, we loaded 2 runners with only 1 out, momentum seemingly swinging back in our favor. You could almost feel the energy shift, the fans leaning forward, expecting a rally that would flip the game. But then Anthony Volpe, in a moment that perfectly encapsulates the heartbreak of this sport, lunged at a changeup outside the zone and bounced straight into a double play. In a single swing of misfortune, the rally was over and the window closed. It was a gut punch, the kind of play that makes you throw your hands up and mutter, "Here we go again." But the real dagger came in the 8th inning. This was the golden moment, a chance to seize control of the game. Aim Rosario singled to start things off, Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Volpe both drew walks, and suddenly the bases were loaded with 2 outs. The pressure shifted entirely onto the White Sox, and for a moment, you could almost taste the victory. And then a little check swing from Ben Rice. A weak grounder. The inning ended, the runners stranded, and the dream of a comeback evaporated. Watching all 3 ducks left on the pond was excruciating, a perfect metaphor for everything that felt wrong in that game. Pitching was a mixed bag, with flashes of brilliance and moments of sheer frustration. Luis Gil started with velocity down by a few miles per hour, and it immediately cost him in the 2nd inning when he hung a slider to Curtis Me, resulting in a double. And then there was Will Robertson, a hitter struggling all season with a batting average barely above 0, lining a fastball for a game-tying double. The first extra base hit of his season, and of course it came against us. But credit where it's due. Gil eventually found his rhythm, battling through the middle innings, striking out 7, and showing moments of dominance. Yet it was that one mistake in the 6th, a 1-2 slider that wasn't even poorly executed, that ended up being the pivotal blow. Carlson Montgomery sent it over the wall for a solo home run that tied the game, and suddenly the momentum shifted again. Later, Aaron Boone's decision to bring in Tim Hill to face a pair of left-handed hitters initially worked, but leaving him in against righty Lenyn Sosa proved costly. Sosa capitalized, hitting a sinker right down the middle for the game-winning solo shot. It was the kind of frustrating, almost cruel ending that leaves you shaking your head. And if that weren't enough, Mike Touchman, a former Yankee, robbed Giancarlo Stanton of a 2-run homer in the 3rd inning with a leaping catch at the wall. Small moments like that, which could have swung the momentum entirely in our favor, just didn't go our way. From start to finish, it felt like the game conspired against us. Every little misstep, every unlucky bounce, every decision that didn't pan out, it all added up to a day where nothing, absolutely nothing, seemed to go our way. But amidst the frustration, there was magic. Pure, undeniable magic. Aaron Judge, in the very first inning, facing a 0-2 count, saw a cutter from Martin Perez and did what he does best. He crushed it. A 426-foot blast, the 43rd home run of the season, and the 358th of his career. That number isn't just a stat. It's a milestone, a place among the legendary names in Yankees history. With that swing, Judge tied the iconic Yogi Berra for 5th place on the franchise's all-time home run list. Let that sink in. For decades, the top 5 in Yankees history had remained untouchable. Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, and Yogi Berra. Now, Aaron Judge has joined their ranks. It's a moment that transcends the scoreboard, a historical achievement that fans will remember long after the season ends. As Judge himself said, tying one of the greatest Yankees in history is pretty special, and you could feel the weight of that moment for everyone in the stadium and watching at home. It was a reminder of why we love this game, why we cheer, and why we endure the highs and lows of being a Yankees fan. Even in a loss, there are moments worth celebrating. Judge's home run was a reminder of the talent, the drive, and the greatness we are witnessing in real time. And the season is far from over. With 76 wins and 61 losses, we find ourselves in 2nd place in the American League East, trailing the Blue Jays by 3 games but holding a slim lead over the Red Sox. The stretch ahead is unforgiving, a 12-game gauntlet against 4 playoff-caliber teams. But everything comes down to head-to-head matchups within the division. The series against Toronto and Boston will define our path, determining whether we control our destiny or are forced to chase it. Each game carries weight, tension, and stakes that could make or break the season. Off the field, the team seems to be keeping spirits high despite the pressure. During the flight to Houston, a dress-up theme brought laughter and camaraderie, with players like Jackson Dominguez embracing the moment with cowboy hats and playful antics. These lighter moments are important, reminders that even in the toughest stretches, the chemistry and morale of the clubhouse matter just as much as the stats on the scoreboard. And with September roster expansions, reinforcements are on the horizon. Pitcher Ryan Yarrow, sidelined since June, is expected back to bolster the bullpen, and outfielder Austin Slater, acquired at the trade deadline, is returning from a hamstring injury. Slater's ability to hit left-handed pitching could be pivotal in the final stretch and into the playoffs, adding another layer of depth and strategy to the lineup. As the Yankees move forward into this critical stretch of the season, the intensity is about to reach a level that only comes around once in a year. Every game matters, and the next 12 are going to test this roster in ways that will define the outcome of the American League East. We're staring down not just talented teams, but playoff-caliber squads, each one capable of turning the tide of the season in a single swing. The matchups against the Toronto Blue Jays loom largest. 3 games, head-to-head, against the team sitting at the top of the division, and the pressure is immense. These aren't just games on the schedule. These are battles for control, moments where the Yankees can reclaim ground and assert themselves as the team to beat. A sweep would drastically reduce the gap in the standings, giving the team momentum and breathing room. But any slip-up, any moment of hesitation, could widen that gap and put the division hopes in jeopardy. It's the kind of scenario that tests both the mental and physical toughness of a team, and the Yankees know it. Meanwhile, the series against Boston adds a layer of tension that is almost palpable. The Red Sox are breathing down our necks, poised to leapfrog the Yankees in the standings if we falter. Winning against Boston is about more than just adding a win column. It's about controlling our fate, keeping rivals from overtaking us, and proving that this team can handle the pressure of a tight divisional race. The chemistry and focus in the clubhouse will be critical here. Every at-bat, every pitch, every defensive play will carry weight far beyond the numbers on the scoreboard. The Yankees are looking to demonstrate that they can rise to the occasion, that they have the skill, the discipline, and the hunger necessary to finish this season strong and secure a position that allows them to dictate their own destiny. It's about taking these games seriously, understanding the stakes, and executing with precision in a way that leaves nothing to chance. Of course, the games against Houston and Detroit are far from throwaways. The Astros, with their formidable pitching staff and aggressive approach, will challenge the Yankees hitters in every inning. It's a team that requires attention to detail, a willingness to adapt, and the ability to stay composed under pressure. Detroit presents its own unique challenges, with a mix of speed, power, and unpredictability that demands constant focus. While these games may not carry the same immediate divisional implications, they're crucial for maintaining momentum, building confidence, and ensuring that the Yankees are at their sharpest heading into the most consequential portion of the schedule. Every win, every successful at-bat, every strong inning adds up, and the cumulative effect can shape the mindset and performance of the team for the weeks to come. In the midst of all this, player performance becomes even more critical. Aaron Judge continues to be the centerpiece, the symbol of both hope and achievement. His milestone home run, tying Yogi Berra for 5th place on the franchise's all-time list, is more than a personal achievement. It's a rallying point for the team and a reminder of what greatness looks like. Judge's consistency and power set the tone for the offense, and the Yankees will need him to continue performing at this elite level as the season enters its most pivotal phase. But baseball is never a one-player game, and the supporting cast must step up as well. Players like Anthony Volpe, Aim Rosario, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. have shown flashes of brilliance, but now is the time for consistency. The ability to deliver in high-pressure situations, to capitalize on bases-loaded opportunities, and to maintain composure during critical at-bats will define the team's trajectory in the coming weeks. Pitching, too, will be under intense scrutiny. Luis Gil has demonstrated the potential to dominate, striking out multiple batters and showcasing mid-inning control, but even a single lapse can be costly, as we've seen. The bullpen will need to rise to the occasion, especially with strategic decisions regarding left-handed and right-handed matchups. Tim Hill's deployment, for example, illustrates the delicate balance managers must navigate, weighing statistics, tendencies, and real-time performance to optimize outcomes. Mistakes or miscalculations can swing a game in an instant, and as the division race tightens, the margin for error shrinks dramatically. Depth, adaptability, and mental toughness will be essential qualities for both starters and relievers alike, ensuring that the Yankees can weather the storm of this grueling schedule. In a larger context of the season, these upcoming games represent both opportunity and pressure. The chance to make up ground in the division, to assert dominance over rival teams, and to position ourselves for a strong playoff run is enormous. But with opportunity comes the weight of expectation, the tension of knowing that every decision, every pitch, and every swing carries meaning far beyond the immediate moment. Fans, players, and management alike will feel the intensity as the Yankees navigate this critical period, where a single win or loss can have cascading effects on playoff positioning and momentum. The team's ability to embrace this pressure, channel it into focus, and execute consistently will define not just these next few weeks, but potentially the narrative of the entire season. As the Yankees embark on this grueling run of games, the narrative is as much about character as it is about statistics. The pressure, the stakes, and the competition will test the mental fortitude of every player. The highs of historic achievements, like Judge's milestone, are juxtaposed against the lows of narrowly lost games, creating an emotional landscape that is uniquely intense. Fans, too, are drawn into this emotional journey, experiencing the elation, heartbreak, and suspense that make following the Yankees a compelling experience. It's a reminder that baseball is not just a sport, but a story that unfolds inning by inning, moment by moment, and that the outcome often hinges on the smallest of details executed under immense pressure. In the coming days, every decision, every performance, and every moment of resilience will contribute to the ultimate outcome of the season. The Yankees' path forward is fraught with challenges, yet laden with opportunity. The ability to rise to the occasion, capitalize on every chance, and maintain composure under pressure will determine whether this team finishes strong, secures its place at the top of the division, and positions itself for a deep postseason run. The tension is real, the stakes are immense, and the drama is guaranteed. For fans, players, and everyone involved, It's a thrilling, exhausting, and unforgettable ride, one that embodies the very essence of being a New York Yankee. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Whispers have been swirling through the corridors of Major League Baseball ever since the news broke. The New York Yankees have reportedly secured what insiders are calling the largest acquisition in the history of the sport, signing none other than Aaron Judge in a deal that is rumored to be unprecedented in its financial scope. The sheer scale of this potential contract has sent shockwaves throughout the baseball world, with speculation about how the Yankees intend to integrate such a powerhouse into their already storied lineup, dominating sports talk shows and fan forums alike. Sources close to the team suggest that negotiations were intense, with multiple clubs rumored to have made competitive offers, only for Judge and his representatives to ultimately settle on the bright lights and storied history of Yankee Stadium as the ideal stage for his talents. Analysts are already debating how this move might alter the balance of power in the American League, with some suggesting that the Yankees' aggressive approach signals an all-in strategy to reclaim the kind of dominance they enjoyed in eras past. Beyond the financials, the cultural impact within the clubhouse is a topic of heated discussion, as Judge's leadership qualities and marketability could transform the Yankees' brand both on and off the field, turning every home game into an event that transcends sport. The rumor mill suggests that this signing could redefine how teams approach marquee acquisitions, establishing a new benchmark for contracts and expectations that will reverberate across MLB for years to come. Insiders speculate that the signing of Aaron Judge by the Yankees represents more than just a financial coup. It could signify a strategic pivot for the franchise that reaches into the very identity of the club. The buzz around this deal indicates that the Yankees are not merely chasing headlines, but are aiming to assemble a team capable of long-term dominance, leveraging Judge's combination of power, athleticism, and charisma to anchor a lineup that has often been described as already intimidating. Some commentators suggest that this acquisition, if finalized, will go down as the most talked-about baseball move in decades, reshaping not only expectations for the Yankees, but also for rival teams forced to respond to such an audacious, game-changing maneuver. Sources close to the story have been careful to highlight that while the numbers being circulated are staggering, they only tell part of the tale, and that the decision to bring Aaron Judge to the Yankees involves a complex mix of strategic foresight, team chemistry considerations, and marketing savvy. Rumors indicate that executives at the highest levels of the Yankees organization engaged in a months-long deliberation, weighing the risks of committing such an unprecedented sum against the potential rewards of locking in one of baseball's most formidable talents. Sports analysts are dissecting every angle, from the projected impact on the Yankees' offensive statistics to the ripple effect this deal might have across the league, noting that rival franchises may now feel compelled to make bold moves of their own to maintain competitiveness. Fan communities are abuzz with speculation about how Judge's integration will change game day dynamics, from the reaction of New York crowds to the psychological effect on opposing pitchers facing a lineup fortified by such a prominent figure. The sheer magnitude of this acquisition has ignited a frenzy of discussion not only about the business of baseball, but also about its cultural resonance, suggesting that the Yankees may have set in motion a narrative that will define the league's storylines for the foreseeable future. If the rumors hold true, this signing could mark a turning point, positioning Aaron Judge not merely as a player, but as an emblem of a bold, transformative era in baseball history. Observers have noted that the potential signing of Aaron Judge by the Yankees might also signal a broader trend in Major League Baseball, in which marquee players are leveraged as both athletic and commercial catalysts for their teams. Rumors circulating in the media suggest that the Yankees front office may have viewed Judge not only as a game-changing hitter, but also as a figure capable of reshaping fan engagement, television ratings, and merchandise revenue streams, a dual impact that has rarely been matched in the sport's history. The murmurs in sports circles indicate that the financial commitment involved may be the largest ever seen in baseball, with league insiders speculating that this acquisition could force a reevaluation of contract negotiations across the MLB, effectively raising the bar for superstar compensation and setting new benchmarks for long-term deals. Fans are already imagining the spectacle of Judge at Yankee Stadium, hypothesizing about the psychological advantage he could provide in high-stakes playoff games and how his leadership presence might influence clubhouse dynamics. Analysts and commentators are dissecting hypothetical matchups, debating how Judge's performance might shift pitching strategies league-wide, while the rumor mill hints at broader implications for the American League's competitive hierarchy. The intrigue surrounding this potential signing has transcended mere sport, spilling into pop culture and media narratives, suggesting that Aaron Judge's arrival in New York, if confirmed, could represent a seismic moment in the story of modern baseball, one that redefines both the financial and athletic landscapes of the league. Amid the flurry of speculation, discussions about the Yankees' approach to acquiring Aaron Judge also touch on the psychological and symbolic weight of such a move, which insiders describe as a declaration of intent that could influence not only opponents but also fan perceptions of the franchise. Rumors suggest that executives considered not only Judge's statistical impact, but also the morale boost his presence might provide to the team, with some sources indicating that the signing was envisioned as a way to unify the roster around a shared sense of ambition and identity. Analysts are reportedly evaluating the long-term ramifications for payroll structure, competitive strategy, and even the evolution of player branding within the Yankees organization, as speculation swirls about the ways Judge's celebrity might amplify media attention and fan engagement. Across social media platforms and fan forums, the chatter has taken on a fevered tone, with enthusiasts imagining home runs that could define seasons, debates over lineup configurations, and hypothetical scenarios in which Judge's impact reverberates through every facet of the game. Market observers are also weighing the implications for sponsorships, regional economic impact, and international attention, hinting at the multifaceted dimensions of what might otherwise be considered simply a player acquisition. If the rumors are to be believed, the Yankees' alleged move to sign Aaron Judge represents a landmark moment not only for the team, but also for Major League Baseball as a whole, a story that promises to dominate headlines, conversations, and debates for years, blurring the line between rumor, reality, and cultural phenomenon in the world of sports. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.